Hello, Sky Protocol community. This is Gauthier and this is Faray. And today, well, this is our update. So, we're going to talk about what happened, obviously, since the last update. This is pretty usual. So, we're trying a new format today. We're going to talk about the development roadmap and vulgarize the concepts in the first part of the video so that the non tech people don't feel lost because this is something that you guys thanked us for the first time. So we're going to stick with that format and improve it. And at the end of the video, Farah is going to show his code so that the people who are tech savvy and who want to see actual code can take a look at it with Farah commenting it. But for the first 10-20 minutes, we're going to be very simple and vulgarize the concepts and talk about our development roadmap. So hi Farah, how are you?
Hi, bonjour Gauthier, comment vas-tu?
I'm very well, thank you. So, a few things to talk about today. We're going to talk about milestone number 4 from our last Catalyst 12 update, from our API and testnet, we're going to talk about the node sale, and we're going to talk about a few considerations about the node as well, and a potential incubator that we're joining. So that's quite a lot to cover today. So first of all, Faray, milestone number 4, the M4 of our Catalyst Fund number 12 proposal. What can you tell us about that?
So, milestone number 4, yes. This is where we integrate all our pieces together that we've been working on. And the sad news is that we still haven't released it, milestone 4. One of the reasons being that our two main developers are sick. And on the other hand, since I'm making progress while they are sick, that means that when it will be released, it will contain my code. That is, we were planning to release it without my new fancy try implementation, and it will include my fancy try implementation because it's ready. So that's what I'm working on right now, integrating my try implementation on the code that Manuel and Yaroslav have built. So Yaroslav did complete the server code, and Manuel did complete the contract and some CI code for the contract that are the version that he had simplified version of the try so that it would work. And I'm bringing the real version of the try so that now the Manuel's code will work not with the half fake try, but with a real try, the thing. So of course, next question is, what is a try? Okay.
Yes, thank you for thinking about the community, thinking of them. So, what is a try? Please vulgarize that in a simple
So
way for the listeners.
a try, also known as a big Indian Patricia tree, is the magic data structure that works for blockchain. Or it's not instead of a chain of data, which is a linear access. So to go from one to the other, you have linear time. This is can be, if you have millions of entries, it can be very slow. A try puts all your blockchain data in a single data structure that is a balanced tree. So it's a maximally balanced tree that has a lot of good properties, but it means that you can access your data in a logarithmic number of accesses, which means, let's say it's a binary tree and you have 1,000,000 entries in it, in 20 accesses, you can go from the top to the thing instead of 1,000,000 accesses. So you can access any part of the data in 20 jumps, in 20 accesses. If it's a 1 billion data items, it's only 30 accesses, etc., etc. So to 1,000, if you multiply the number of items by 1,000, you only add 10 accesses to the try. So it's very efficient. And that's the magic data structure we use everywhere. It's the data structure used by Ethereum everywhere, and it's the data structure that we use everywhere at Sky Protocol. So we didn't invent the data structure; it's very old, but we have lots of very interesting tricks to make it very efficient and very compact. So we think that our code is both shorter and better and faster than the code to use at Ethereum, and we're proud of it.
Pretty cool. So that was the semi-tech savvy vulgarization for the people who have notions in math, and so for the people who really didn't understand what it is, allow me to rephrase that in less than a minute. Basically, we have trees of possibilities. We have like a library where we store data. This is like a library, and you're asking the librarian to fetch stuff for you. And this is a library that is so well organized that all the transaction data that you offload is easily accessible so that the librarian doesn't have to work too much in order to basically bring out the data that you need. So remember, guys, the purpose of Sky Protocol is to have a network. So here, the Sky Protocol chain on Cardano. And the goal of this network is to store all the data that you cannot store on the main blockchain so that you can do more things on the blockchain, more simple transactions with all the complicated data somewhere, but you have to make it easy to retrieve. So this is one of our core technologies. And why do we do that? Well, the consequence is to multiply the number of transactions per second by 1,000, then 10,000, then when we grow up and when we're a big chain by 1 million, the goal being to compete with big business intelligence solutions in the B2B world. And in the B2C world, why not? We could use Cardano as a simple means of payment to compete with Visa or MasterCard if that's possible. So this is why we need those tries. And so if you don't know what a try is, I hope you guys understand that we gave 3 different levels of vulgarization. All right. Thanks about that, Fareh, for milestone number 4. Now, off we go to the API and testnet. So we're a bit late about that because we had people who were sick. But then again, we're going to have more features. So that's a win for us, I assume, I suppose. But in any case, we're still working on the API and testnet. Farid, you have a rough estimate about when we can have that. So people already know that. They heard me talk about it on Discord, but some people didn't see that. So let's say it aloud in the video.
So we were hoping to have our testnet by the end of March, but because we have sick developers, I'm now hoping for early April. So early April, we will launch a private testnet. Private testnet means that we're not going to have all the anti-spam measures that that are required for the full production network, and therefore will only allow
Trusted
a wait,
users.
yes, of users or publishers to publish data on our network. So we are looking for early testers, people who are willing to have their applications use Sky Protocol, and we want to make Sky Protocol as small a change to their code as possible. And that's also one of the reasons we're looking for the adopters. The first version will not be as well as we hope, and we want to see with you how we can improve our code so it will be as small as possible in impact at the end. So the idea is that you have your dApp, and your dApp will have 2 or 3 operation modes. It will have a mode where it does everything on chain, and this will cost a lot of fees because every time you publish data, you need to publish on Cardano. So your fees are high and your volume is limited because Cardano is only 2 kilobytes per second for everyone. So you, or 4 kilobytes per second for everyone. 4 kilobytes per second for everyone, which is better than 2, but it's still not that much. So if you want to say have 400 kilobytes per second just for you, well, you'll be able to use the first version of Sky Protocol, and we will ramp up the capacity with time. So we'll start with 40 kilobytes per second, then very quick 400, and then 4,000, etc. We'll add capacity, and the idea is that we can add capacity not just by using bigger pipes, but also by parallelizing the data between more and more people and more validators per topic, more and more topics, and we'll add more abstraction layers. So for now, we have 2 layers of tries. So a try is beginning of Patricia tree. We have the DA has a list of topics and a set of topics. We have a try of topic, and each topic has a try of messages. So we have two layers of tries, and that will be enough for the first 2 years of operations at least. But if we find that this is not enough, we can add uh, topic groups or whatever. We can add more layers. I don't think we'll need more than 3 layers for a long time, but if we really scale a whole lot, we'll have 4 layers. I think 4 layers is as much as we'll ever need. But
Who
uh,
knows? Who knows? Maybe in 2075 we'll be old people and still working on Sky protocols, new version, and we'll be happy to showcase a try of. Sorry, yes, we have to stop somewhere. Anyway, so thank you for that, Faray. So everyone, this is to sum it up. End of March, early April, more likely early April, we have our API available for builders so they can already try to tinker with it, already see that it works and reduces their transaction fees. Then afterwards, we'll have the whitelisted testnet. So that means that the people who are not builders can already experiment with that and help us see how we can secure the network. It's not going to be a decentralized network, and it's not going to be completely foolproof. That's why we whitelisted to have more people on the chain. Well, to have trusted people on the chain. Many things can go wrong, but we know that people will not abuse the mechanics. It's just a sandbox, and of course that will be corrected before the mainnet, and then we'll have the real testnet, so the one where everyone can tinker with it, even though they're not whitelisted. So at the same time, we should have the node sale. So the node sale should take place end of April, mid-May, something like that. And when this is done, well, we'll be happy to keep working towards the mainnet. And that's mostly it. Did I sum it up correctly, Farid?
yes, I have two things I want to add. We will need a fourth layer when going interplanetary, but indeed that's still the case for now. But more seriously and more close to us, the node sale, we still haven't decided the exact terms of the node sale, but we the thing that we're thinking of is that you will buy basically the right to be a node for the duration of Sky being a proof of authority network. That is, um, for now, Sky is centralized because we have just us working at Sky. Soon, at some point after the testnet, we're making a proof of authority network, which means that we have a fixed committee, a white list of members, and we'll sell the seat to this committee. And at some point later, the committee will disappear because we have a full proof of stake network, like hopefully by sometime next year. And at that point, there will be no need for nodes, but we don't know exactly at what point. So how do we price a node correctly? And the idea is that at the end of the proof of authority network, you will convert your node licenses will be converted to stake, so that it will de-risk the purchase of a.
Yeah. In any case, that's going to be rewarding for the people who help us and purchase the node license in the beginning. So yes, of course.
At the same time, we don't want to give them too much stake because that would be unfair to our early stake investors. So our challenge is to find the correct price slash terms for the node sale to happen,
Yeah.
and we don't have that. If some of you have great ideas on how to make it fair for everyone and profitable for everyone, please contact us. We're thinking hard about it. We haven't decided on the exact terms yet.
Well, in any case, the community is going to be well aware of it because we're going to run polls, confidential polls on first of all on Discord, then on X, and then that will be decided for the full-fledged node sale. So this is what we're going to do about that. Remember, everyone, that many people asked about it, but sometimes they see the answer on Discord or don't see it and then ask the same question on X. So for everyone, what we need is really to run a node on Sky Protocol. What we will need is roughly the same requirement as what is needed to run a node on Cardano, which is basically your average gaming PC or even your corporate PC if it's not too old. So a very standard PC, the one that you could be using to play a Steam game or to edit a simple video. That should be enough to run a node. That's one of the beautiful features of Cardano. It's that it's very light to run a node. You wanted to add something, Fare?
Yes, I want to add that. So we'll start our publisher API early April, and we're looking for early testers for this API. So if you have a project that that you're hoping to scale that is on Cardano, well, please contact us. We want you as our early testers to make sure that our code will work with you. And once again, our plan is to make it modular so you can just, with a very simple switch, enable or disable Scale protocol, and maybe even have both versions run at the same time so that, you want to offer your users the security of Scale protocol, here it is, or run without it, there it is, and you don't have to choose. You can let your users choose and have both work.
All right, and so then this is bringing us to the last thing. People were asking about an incubator that we have recently applied for, and we're looking forward to the public announcement. We're not allowed to discuss that publicly, so that's why you don't hear us bragging or saying anything about it. But we should be able to announce that early April, so roughly in 10 days. That's only 10 days left to wait. All right, thanks everyone. So this is the end of the vulgarization part and the explanation of what we have been up to. Fare, do you want to take 5 minutes to show us your code for the people who are tech savvy and don't want to look at the GitHub but still want to hear you comment your code?
Yes, so here is some Haskell code for people who are not disgusted by Haskell and Plutus. Actually, Plutus being a subset or a dialect of Haskell, the code is both Haskell and Plutus at the same time. Can you see my code?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, oops, the zero, I must have typed a zero, I shouldn't have typed it. So here is what a proof looks like. A proof looks like this metadata, blah, 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 all kind of hash stuff and proof stuff. And what it means basically is that you can start from your message as a leaf. So I'm expecting some message data hash. And I want to prove that this message was included in Sky protocol. So I'm going to combine it with the metadata and make it a leaf of my message try. The message try is basically the list of the table of all the messages that were published. And then I can combine the data and the data to have my leaf, and then I can use this proof, I compute the digest, and then I can use the apply miracle proof here, saying that basically applies my miracle proof to the leaf, etc. It works, and then now I have the list of all the messages. So I can verify that my thing is the list of all the messages, which is all the message for the topic. So I don't need to combine that with the metadata for the topic, and then compute the digest. And then now I have the topic, and I have all the data about my topic, and all that data about my topic is in this try of all topics. And I combine this try of all topics with the metadata for the DA general, and I compute the digest. And hopefully at the end, I will have the same as the digest containing the NFT. And that's what we check in the boundary contract here. To check that something has been validated, we first check that the bounty is asked on time, so there's a deadline slot. So the current slot of Cardano is less than the slot of required. And then we indeed look at the top hash, including an NFT, and we compare that to applying a proof to the message we want to be included. And then we also check that it's included in the correct topic. So your message has to be published in a given topic in this case. So that's how we can check that a message was included inside Cardano, and there's a lot of boilerplate, etc., etc. But this is the heart of checking that the message is in of checking in Cardano that the message was included inside the the DA, and it is remarkably short. I think if you try to do that in another language, this would be much worse. And so this is the magic of using the right kind of abstraction. Your definitions are much smaller and much more robust than if you had to do it in Solidity or in Go or whatever as in other blockchains. I shudder at the idea, but and still we will do it in Solidity and Go eventually because we will port our code to other blockchains. But doing it in Haskell and Plutus does have advantages. There are disadvantages. Well, Haskell is Plutus, not everyone can use it, but if you use it, there are advantages too. And when we translate it from Plutus to Go and to Solidity and to whatever, it will be very easy, straightforward to translate from one to the other. Whereas if you had started writing it in Solidity, it would be a big mess, and it would be much harder to translate it to other languages, to Plutus or Go, whatever. So the right abstraction really helps a lot, I think. So that's what I wanted to show today. So right now, I'm in the process of integrating that with manuals
Yaroslav.
and Yaroslav's code. So this is a new, better, all-inclusive data structure.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Faray. Everyone, this was the March Sky Protocol update. We're happy to show you more on our Discord. If you have questions, please do come to our code discussions because this is where we're having all our debates regarding technical choices. Sometimes the debates are only between the Sky Protocol development team, but sometimes people intervene and say, hey guys, why did you choose this solution or that solution? And it also helps us provide feedback and understand our own choices better, confront them, challenge them. So this is quite important in the creative process. So thank you so much, Faray, and thank you so much everyone for listening. This is Sky Protocol. Cheers.